Shannon won't stop staring. Fork paused mid-bite. Smile plastered on her face, but her eyes? They're screaming something. I try to focus on the conversation around the table, but I can feel her gaze burning into me. Brooke, my wife, is laughing with her mom about some vacation story. Maya, our 5-year-old daughter, is playing with her mashed potatoes. Everything seems normal. But Shannon keeps looking at me like she's trying to send a message. When dinner finally wraps up and everyone starts heading to their cars, Shannon lingers. She pretends to help with dishes, waiting until the door closes behind the last guest. Then she turns to me, her face serious. "Nate, I need to tell you something," she says quietly, glancing toward the hallway where Brooke went to put Maya to bed. "But you're not going to like it." My stomach drops. Whatever's coming, I know it's going to change everything. "Brooke's been telling people you're emotionally unstable," Shannon says, her voice barely above a whisper. "She's laying the groundwork." The words hit me like a freight train. I grip the edge of the counter to steady myself. My mind races through the past few weeks. Brooke's strange behavior, her sudden interest in couples therapy, the way she's been texting constantly. It's all starting to make sick sense. "What do you mean, laying the groundwork?" I ask, though part of me already knows. Shannon shifts uncomfortably. "I heard her on the phone with her sister last week. They were talking about custody arrangements. About making you look bad so she can get Maya." My heart stops. The betrayal cuts deeper than anything I've ever felt. Why would Brooke do this? What have I done to deserve this kind of calculated destruction? Shannon touches my arm gently. "I'm sorry, Nate. I thought you should know." She leaves quietly and I'm left standing in my kitchen, my world crumbling around me. My name is Nate. I'm 34 years old, an electrical engineer, and up until 5 minutes ago, I thought I had a solid marriage. I spent 12 years building a career that provides everything my family needs. Our house in the suburbs. Maya's private school. Family vacations every summer. I work long hours, sure, but I thought it was worth it. I thought Brooke appreciated the life we built together. We met in college, got married at 25, had Maya 3 years later. I've never raised my voice at Brooke. Never laid a hand on her. Never cheated. I help with Maya's homework, coach her soccer team on weekends, and still make time for date nights when I can. So why is my wife painting me as some kind of monster behind my back? What's her endgame? I can't sleep that night. I lie next to Brooke, watching her breathe peacefully, wondering who this person really is. The next morning, I wait until Brooke leaves for her yoga class. My hands shake as I pick up her phone from the nightstand. Nothing. She's smart, she's deleted everything. But then I remember her iPad, the one she uses for recipes and shopping. She left it on the kitchen counter, unlocked. I open the Messages app and my blood runs cold. There's a group chat labeled Family. Her mom. Her sister Kelly. Her. I scroll through the conversation, my stomach twisting with every line. "Nate's been so controlling lately," Brooke wrote 2 days ago. "He questioned why I wanted more time with my friends. Red flag, right?" Her mom responded, "Document everything, sweetheart. We'll need it." Kelly added, "Make sure you keep a journal. Courts love journals." They're laughing at me. Planning against me. Treating this like some kind of game. There's more, weeks of messages strategizing how to make me look like a bad father, a bad husband. My wife isn't just unhappy. She's orchestrating my destruction. Brooke comes home glowing from yoga. She kisses my cheek, all sweetness and light. "Morning, babe. Did you sleep okay?" I force a smile. "Yeah, great." But in my head, I'm replaying a line from that group chat. "Just keep him thinking everything's normal until we're ready." She's playing me. Every smile, every casual conversation, every affectionate gesture. It's all an act. She moves around the kitchen making coffee, humming softly, completely unaware that I know her secret. I watch her, this woman I thought I knew, and realize I'm looking at a stranger. A very dangerous stranger. She turns, catching me staring. "What?" she asks, smiling. "Nothing," I say. "Just thinking how lucky I am." She beams. "Ah, babe. She wants to play this game, fine. But she's picked the wrong person to manipulate. I'm not going down without a fight. And I'm definitely not losing my daughter to her lies." I meet Shannon for coffee the next day at a quiet cafe across town. She looks worried, tired. "I couldn't stay silent, Nate," she says immediately. "What Brooke's doing, it's evil." I nod, sipping my coffee, trying to keep my emotions in check. Shannon leans forward, lowering her voice even though we're practically alone. "She's trying to make you look like a bad dad. I heard them talking about custody last month at her mom's house. Her parents are completely behind this. They've already talked to a lawyer. The words make my blood run cold. This isn't just Brooke. It's her entire family conspiring against me. Why? I ask. Why would she do this? Shannon shakes her head. I think she's been planning this for a while. Maybe she met someone. Maybe she just wants out and thinks this is the cleanest way. She pauses. Harold, her dad, he's convinced you won't fight back. That you're too nice. I let those words sink in. Too nice. They think I'm weak. That's their first mistake. I start documenting everything. Every conversation. Every interaction. Every fake smile. I set up a small recording app on my phone, one that can capture audio without anyone noticing. I back up those iPad messages to 3 different cloud accounts. I photograph the group chat conversations, making sure the timestamps are visible. At work, I adjust my schedule. I start leaving earlier to pick up Maya from school. I cook dinner 4 nights a week now. I help with bath time, story time, everything. I'm building a paper trail that shows I'm not the absent, controlling father Brooks trying to paint me as. I'm the involved parent. She's at yoga, at brunch with friends at her mom's house. I'm home with Maya being a dad. If this goes to court, they'll see the truth in the patterns. Brooke notices the change but thinks I'm just trying to be helpful. She has no idea I'm 5 moves ahead, preparing for the war she started. 2 weeks later, Brooke suggests a surprise date night. Just us, she says, smiling. My mom offered to watch Maya. I agree because refusing would look suspicious. We go to an Italian restaurant downtown. Brooke is chatty, affectionate, almost like old times. We talk about work, about Maya's upcoming school play, about nothing important. Feels normal. Almost. When we get home, Brooke's mom is putting Maya to bed. You two have fun? Harold asks, standing in our living room like he owns it. Great, I say. They leave and I think nothing of it until 3 days later. Shannon texts me, did you storm out of date night? I'm confused. No. Why? She sends a screenshot. Brooke told her mom I got angry at dinner, raised my voice, and left her sitting alone for 20 minutes. Complete fiction. But here's the thing, I filmed the whole evening. Not obviously, just my phone propped on the table during dessert, capturing our normal conversation. Video proof she's lying. Brooke pushes for couples counseling the following week. I think we need help communicating, she says gently. I agree immediately because refusing makes me look guilty. Our first session is with Dr. Green, a soft-spoken therapist in her 50s. Brooke cries within the first 10 minutes. He's emotionally distant, she says, dabbing her eyes with tissue. I don't feel safe anymore. He criticizes everything I do. He makes me feel like I'm walking on eggshells. Dr. Green glances at me with concern. I sit calmly, hands folded. I'm sorry you feel that way, I say evenly. I want to understand better. I don't defend myself. I don't argue. I just listen and take notes mentally. Because here's what Brooke doesn't know. I'm recording this too. My phone is in my jacket pocket, audio running. Every lie she tells is being documented. When the session ends, Dr. Green suggests weekly meetings. I agree enthusiastically. Let Brooke keep digging her hole. I'll keep collecting evidence. Shannon texts me late one night. Check your email. I open my laptop and find a photo attachment. It's Brooke's journal, photographed page by page. Shannon must have taken pictures when she was over at their house. The entries are chilling. March 15th. Nate yelled at me for spending money on Maya's birthday party. I felt scared. What? I helped plan that party. March 22nd. He grabbed my arm during an argument. I'm worried about Maya seeing this. Another lie. We didn't even argue that week. Every entry is a fabrication, carefully crafted to paint me as abusive, controlling, unstable. This journal is her smoking gun. She plans to show it to the court, to her lawyer, to anyone who'll listen. But now I have copies. And I have proof none of these incidents actually happened. I have my work calendars, my location data, even receipts showing I was nowhere near home during some of these supposed confrontations. She's building a case. So am I. Only mine is truthful. We're at a family barbecue at Brooke's parents' house. Harold, her father, pulls me aside near the grill. He's a big man used to getting his way in business and in life. Nate, let's talk man to man, he says, flipping a burger. I nod, waiting. If things get messy between you and Brooke, you need to know something. He looks at me directly. You won't win. We've got lawyers. Good ones. The best family law firm in the state. It's a threat, plain and simple. He's telling me to back down, to roll over, to accept whatever Brooke wants. I just nod calmly. I hope it doesn't come to that, Harold. He claps me on the shoulder, satisfied he's intimidated me. But inside I'm already 5 moves ahead. I've already retained my own lawyer, one who's even better than theirs. I've already started building my case. Harold thinks he's won before the fight even starts. That's his mistake. Underestimating me will cost them everything. A week later, Brooke's old college friend visits from out of state. We meet her for lunch downtown. Jessica is bubbly, friendly, full of stories about their college days. Over appetizers, she laughs and says, "Brooke, remember when you said you married down? God, we laughed so hard that night." The table goes silent. Brooke's face flushes. "Jessica, I was joking, but the damage is done." I smile politely, but inside something breaks. Married down. That's what she told her friends. That's what she really thinks of me. After lunch, I'm quiet on the drive home. Brooke tries to smooth it over. She was exaggerating. You know how Jessica is. I just nod. But that comment confirms everything I've suspected. Brooke never respected me. Never saw me as an equal. This whole marriage has been a lie and I was too blind to see it. That night I make a decision. I'm not just protecting myself anymore. I'm exposing all of them. I quietly retain a top family lawyer named Patricia Hendricks. She's fierce, experienced, and expensive. Her office is downtown, all glass and steel. "Tell me everything," she says during our first meeting. I do. I show her the messages, the fake journal entries, the recordings. She listens carefully, taking notes. "You've done good work here," she says finally. "But we need more. You need to look like the primary parent now." She explains the strategy. I need to shift my entire schedule to revolve around Maya. Drop-offs, pickups, doctor's appointments, parent-teacher conferences, everything. I need to document every single interaction, every moment I spend being a present father. "Courts favor the parent who's most involved," Patricia says. "Right now that needs to be you, visibly and undeniably." I follow her advice to the letter. I rearrange my work schedule. I'm there every morning and evening. I'm the one Maya runs to. Slowly, methodically, I'm building the case that I'm the stable, loving parent. And Brooke? She's barely home. 2 weeks later, Brooke accidentally butt dials me while I'm at work. I almost ignore it, but something makes me listen. I hear her voice clearly, laughing with her mom in the background. "He's gonna snap soon. I can feel it. Just wait." Her mom responds, "Good. That's what we need." One public outburst and we've got everything. They're laughing. Actually laughing about pushing me until I break. About using my pain as ammunition. That's when I know this isn't just about divorce. It's about destruction. They want to ruin me, take Maya, and paint me as the villain. But here's the thing, I'm not going to snap. I'm not going to give them what they want. Instead, I'm going to stay calm, stay smart, and dismantle their plan piece by piece. I save the recording. Add it to my growing file. Every mistake they make, I'm catching. And they have no idea. The next incident is even more calculated. Brooke shows up to therapy with a bruise on her arm. She mentions it casually to Dr. Green. I don't want to make a big deal, but Nate grabbed me during an argument last week. Dr. Green's face changes. She looks at me with concern. "Nate, is this true?" I stay calm. "No, it's not." Brooke tears up. "I'm not lying. I have the bruise." But here's what she doesn't know. The day that bruise supposedly happened, I was on a video call with my team for 3 hours straight. Maya was in the background, visible on camera, playing with her toys. The meeting was recorded. Time-stamped. Completely undeniable. I don't mention this to Dr. Green yet. I let Brooke think she's succeeded. I let her believe her lie is working. But I'm building toward the moment when I expose everything. When every lie, every manipulation, every false accusation comes crashing down on her. Patience. That's my weapon now. I change tactics completely. I stop questioning Brooke. I stop reacting to her behavior. I become the perfect husband again, cooperative, loving, calm. I compliment her. I suggest date nights. I'm affectionate. It throws her off completely. She expected anger, defensiveness, maybe even aggression. Instead, she gets sweetness. I can see the confusion in her eyes. She doesn't know what to do with this version of me. Her whole plan depended on me behaving badly. On me getting angry or distant or controlling. But I'm none of those things now. I'm model husband material. And slowly she starts slipping. She gets sloppy. She forgets to cover her tracks. She leaves her iPad unlocked more often. She has phone conversations in the next room thinking I can't hear. Every mistake she makes, I document. Every slip I catch. Her confidence is making her careless. And careless people lose. My lawyer calls with news. We found something interesting, Patricia says over the phone. She's been running financial checks looking for anything unusual. There's a secret account. Your wife's been transferring money from your joint savings to her sister's account for the past 6 months. I pull up the bank statement she emails me. She's right. Small transfers, never more than $1,000 at a time, but they add up. Over $30,000 moved into Kelly's account, hidden from me. It's financial infidelity and it's going to look terrible in court. Patricia sounds almost gleeful. This shows planning, Nate. She's been preparing to leave you for months, securing assets where you can't access them. A judge will not look kindly on this. We document everything. Every transfer. Every date. Every amount. The paper trail is solid, undeniable. Brooke thought she was being clever. But she just handed me another piece of ammunition. And I'm keeping it loaded for exactly the right moment. We're at another family dinner, this time at her sister's house. Everyone's pretending everything is normal. Kelly's husband is grilling. The kids are playing in the yard. Brooke is chatting with her mom. I'm helping set the table when Brooke suddenly snaps. Maybe she's frustrated I'm not playing into her hands. Maybe she's just tired of pretending. You always make me feel like I'm walking on eggshells, she shouts across the patio. Everyone stops. Stares. I turn slowly, keeping my face neutral. Really? I say calmly. Do you want to talk about what you told Dr. Green last week? About feeling unsafe? Her face goes pale. She didn't expect me to call her out. Or maybe we should discuss the $30,000 you moved to Kelly's account? Dead silence. Kelly's face flushes red. Harold stands up, angry, but he has nothing to say. I smile politely. No? Okay. I'll go check on the kids. I walk away, leaving them stunned. That's the moment they realize I know everything. And they should be very, very worried. Shannon reaches out a few days later. I want to help officially, she says. We meet at the same cafe. She looks determined. I'll make a sworn statement. About everything I heard. About the planning, the manipulation, all of it. I'm taken aback. Shannon, you don't have to do this. It could ruin your friendship with Brooke. She shakes her head firmly. Brooke ruined our friendship when she decided to destroy a good man and take his daughter. I can't stand by and watch that happen. She signs an affidavit with my lawyer. Details everything. The conversation she overheard, the group chats she saw, Brooke's admission that she was setting the stage for a custody battle. It's powerful testimony. Credible. Damning. Shannon's statement corroborates everything I've been documenting. It takes my case from strong to nearly bulletproof. Brooke has no idea one of her closest friends has turned against her. That her own circle is crumbling. But she's about to find out. Brooke files first. Her lawyer submits a petition claiming emotional abuse, controlling behavior, and an unsafe environment for Maya. She's asking for full custody with supervised visits for me. When I get the papers, my hands shake with rage. But Patricia just smiles. Let her go first. We'll bury her in response. We file our counter motion. It's comprehensive, detailed, devastating. We include the message transcripts. The fake journal entries cross-referenced with my calendars showing their fabrications. The financial records proving she's been hiding assets. The recordings of her admitting she's manipulating the situation. Shannon's sworn testimony. Everything. The judge reviews both filings and requests a hearing. At that hearing, she does something unexpected. I'm ordering a psychological evaluation, the judge says, looking directly at Brooke. I have concerns about the credibility of some of these claims. Brooke's lawyer tries to object, but the judge cuts him off. This evaluation will be completed before we proceed. Brooke looks panicked. This wasn't supposed to happen. The breakthrough comes during depositions. Brooke's lawyer tries to paint me as the aggressor, but we're ready. Patricia plays a compilation video we prepared. It's devastating. Clips of Brooke laughing with her mom about making Nate snap. Audio of her saying, "He's too stupid to see it coming." Messages where she jokes about playing the victim. The courtroom goes silent. Even Brooke's lawyer looks stunned. You can hear everything clearly. Her voice. Her words. Her intent. There's no way to spin it, no context that makes it better. It's manipulation in her own words, recorded and time-stamped. Brooke tries to speak. That's not, you're taking it out of context. But Patricia cuts her off. Which part is out of context, Mrs. Anderson? The part where you laugh about gaslighting your husband? Or the part where you call him stupid for trusting you? Brooke's face crumbles. She realizes her own words have destroyed her. The judge asks for a recess. When we return, her entire demeanor has changed. On the stand, Brooke tries to retract everything. I was venting, she claims. I didn't mean any of it. I was just frustrated. But it's too late. The evidence is overwhelming. Patricia methodically walks through each lie. The fake journal entries. The stage bruise. The false claims to the therapist. Every single manipulation exposed and documented. Brooke starts to crack. Her voice gets louder. Her answers become defensive, aggressive. You don't understand, she shouts at Patricia. I needed to protect myself. From what? Patricia asks calmly. From a man who's never hurt you? Who's documented every peaceful interaction? Who's been the primary caregiver while you've been planning this betrayal? Brooke actually screams at her own attorney. Do something. She's twisting everything. But he can't. There's nothing to twist. The truth is simply the truth. The judge watches it all with a stony expression. When Brooke finally steps down, she's shaking, mascara running, completely undone. The mask has shattered completely. 3 weeks later, we're back in court for the ruling. My heart pounds as the judge speaks. After reviewing all evidence, testimony, and the psychological evaluation, this court finds the allegations of abuse to be unfounded and, in fact, fabricated. Brooke gasps. Her lawyer puts a hand on her arm. The judge continues. The evidence shows a calculated attempt to manipulate the court system and deprive Mr. Anderson of his parental rights through false accusations. This behavior is deeply concerning. Then the words I've been praying for, full custody of the minor child is hereby granted to Nathan Anderson. Ms. Anderson will be granted supervised visitation, pending completion of a psychiatric review and co-parenting classes. I can barely breathe. I won. I actually won. The judge isn't finished. Furthermore, Ms. Anderson is ordered to return the $30,000 removed from joint accounts, and Mr. Anderson is awarded attorney's fees. I walk out with my lawyer, barely able to process it. Then I see Maya waiting with my mom. I scoop her up. She wraps her arms around my neck. Are we okay now, Daddy? Yeah, baby, I whisper. We're okay now. The aftermath is brutal for Brooke. Her parents are furious with her, not at the outcome but at how publicly it humiliated their family. Harold stops taking her calls. Her mom refuses to help with legal fees. They cut her off completely. Shannon tells me Brooke had a complete breakdown. She stopped going to work, stopped getting out of bed. Eventually she lost her job. Kelly, her sister, blocks her number after their parents discover she was complicit in hiding the money. Every relationship Brooke manipulated, every person she used, they all walk away. She's alone, facing the consequences of her own actions. Part of me feels sorry for her. The woman I married wouldn't have done this. But that woman doesn't exist anymore. Maybe she never did. I focus on Maya. On rebuilding our life. On healing from the betrayal. Brooke has supervised visits twice a month. Maya comes back quiet afterward and it breaks my heart. But slowly we're finding peace. The house feels lighter without the constant tension. A year later, I'm sitting in our living room watching Maya practice her reading. She's in first grade now, thriving. Happy. She doesn't ask about mommy as much anymore. The house is ours, just us, and the silence is healing, not lonely. I think about everything that happened. The manipulation, the lies, the battle. I think about how close I came to losing everything. If Shannon hadn't warned me. If I hadn't documented every moment. If I'd reacted the way Brooke wanted me to. I could tell this story for revenge to hurt Brooke more. But that's not why I'm telling it. I'm telling it because someone out there might be going through the same thing. Someone might be getting quietly destroyed by the person who promised to love them. You need to know something. If someone's trying to ruin you in silence, you don't need to shout. You don't need to fight fire with fire. You just need to be smarter. Document everything. Stay calm. Play the long game. Truth doesn't need volume. It just needs patience. And when the time comes, it speaks louder than any lie ever could.